Finance teams and decision makers are constantly asked to do more with less, and frequently shifting funds to address emergencies and other shifts. But how do you balance competing priorities, maintain compliance, and still move at mission speed? Let's take a look at how Palantir Foundry can help with this challenge. If I were a finance officer, I'd want a smart, real-time view of where our money is going and a summary of what is not mission critical. Let's take a look at how Palantir Foundry can transform financial oversight and decision-making for government agencies. Imagine I'm a finance officer, and what I need most is a smart, real-time view of where our money is going and a clear summary of what spending is mission critical and what is not. This workflow shows what is possible in Foundry. On this screen, you're looking at a list of government agencies, their sub-agencies, and the notional contracts those sub-agencies manage. We've also connected notional invoice data related to those contracts. As a decision maker, this gives me a high-level view of financial flows across the organization, what contracts are active, where funds have already been spent, and how those expenditures align with our priorities. I can quickly drill down to see which programs are consuming the most resources, what's been invoiced so far, or critically, where we might have room to reallocate funds or flag spending that doesn't directly support the mission. This kind of transparency and control is exactly what's needed to move from reactive to proactive financial management. As a decision maker, say a CFO or a program lead, I'd want to approve, reject, or adjust funding deobligations and reallocations with a clear audit trail so that all financial actions are transparent, compliant, and justified. Now let's take this a step further. This workflow allows us to drill into a specific sub-agency, and when we do, we see a detailed view of each contract supporting that sub-agency. What's powerful here is that users can identify contracts that may no longer need full funding, what we call cold contracts, and reallocate that funding to hot contracts that are underfunded but critical to the mission. Let's look at an example from the DoD. So here you can see that the available funds at the top level are 0, which means that all of our money has technically been obligated, but not necessarily to the right places. Our goal is to make sure that we are not overspending on low priority contracts, and just as importantly, not leaving money on the table where it's urgently needed. If I click into one of these contracts, I can enter an amount to deobligate, provide a justification, and then submit that change. Every suggested adjustment is automatically tracked in a change log. So finance teams and auditors have full transparency into the history of funding decisions. Of course, this is notional data, but the workflow reflects a real opportunity for agencies to identify available funds, alert decision makers, and move money to where it matters most. It's about making financial agility possible without sacrificing control or accountability. Whether you're trying to move fast in a crisis or get the most from every dollar in your budget, Foundry helps your team deobligate with speed, clarity, and control. Visit pvmit.com to explore more and schedule a demo to see how your agency can make every dollar count.